It's a multi-million-pound area of research, and Cardiff has attracted one of the world leaders to come and work here. This is what it's all about, a compound semiconductor, which you'll find in such things as smartphones, tablets and TV remote controls.
What attracted me to the role is, of course, my position is as a Sir Cymru Chair in Advanced Materials, is a component of the Science for Wales program that's been established by the Welsh Government. And the vision there is to invest in very basic research and education as a long-term approach to raising economic development and job security here in Wales. And I really respect the long-term vision of the Welsh Government for thinking that this is the way to go. I feel that the majority of governments are a bit more short-sighted, and so are the voters in the way that they want to see their turnaround. But here I get to participate in this vision. I find that very exciting. Compound semiconductors are materials that are similar to silicon. Again, silicon is a good example because I think people feel comfortable with the word and comfortable with the idea that it's the backbone material of our integrated circuits and so on. But compound semiconductors conduct electricity like silicon, and they absorb light more efficiently. So they're good for sensors, good for photovoltaics. But one thing that the compound semiconductors will do that silicon will not is emit light. So for developing lasers and LEDs to send information and signals, compound semiconductors are the way to go, as opposed to silicon just doesn't do that. It's the impact impact on the economy and career development, job creation is the reason why the Welsh Government is making this investment in the first place. Yeah, so the idea is that we'll bring basic research, fundamental education in sciences to the university, and that will build up the educational basis and the number of trained workers that exist here in Cardiff. And this kind of progress doesn't happen overnight. It really does take time to see change in the number of jobs that are created. But over time, you'll see that the plan is that for people that are participating in this, in the growth and in the basic research, will then create intellectual property, spin-off companies, will attract additional companies to come into Cardiff and do business using IQE as an anchor, and a number of the existing sensor and microwave companies that already exist here.
The university is gaining a great reputation, the city's booming. What do you make of Cardiff?
Oh, I like it very much. The weather is quite different from Los Angeles, but I like the city a lot. The people are very nice. There's everything you could want to do is available on some scale here. I spent the weekend biking around the different neighborhoods, and it's lovely. I have to buy a good raincoat and maybe some wellies.
Over the past few years, Cardiff University is gaining an increasingly impressive reputation for scientific research, and the head of the university is convinced this is another area where the university can be a world leader.
Well, the appointment of Professor Diana Huffaker from the University of California at Los Angeles to come here to Cardiff University is very important for us. She's an expert in the field of compound semiconductors. That's developing new materials to create what are now silicon chips. So the things that you find in your mobile phones, they're in your car, they're in your fridge, they're all around you all the time, billions produced every year. So it's really important for us to have somebody of the quality of Diana to come here and work with us on developing this new technology. What we want to do is to create what they call a technology cluster, so that more and more companies involved in this area, whether it's developing them, using them, applying them in different ways, they'll all want to come and settle here in Cardiff and work with us, work with Diana, work with our other partners to create a real economic boost for this country.
And Cardiff University and Cardiff as a city as a whole seems to be making great strides in the scientific arena at the moment.
Yes, we're really pleased with the way things are going. Recently we were rated in a government exercise amongst the top 5 universities for the excellence of our research in the United Kingdom. So that's Imperial College, it's London School of Economics, Oxford, Cambridge and Cardiff. That's great company to be keeping. Wales needs a leading university. Wales needs leading research in science and in lots of other areas, including social sciences and the arts, and that's what's happening here at Cardiff University.
The project is part of a wider Welsh Government scheme which it's hoped will make Wales and Cardiff leading pioneers in the world of science.